The state command in the Linux is used to display the detailed information about the files and directories, unlikely basic commands like ls, which is just files or folders. The state gives the extensive metadata about the files or directories, such as accessing permissions, lost access, and modified time, inodes, and more. This can be especially useful for the system administration or developers who need to examine the properties of the details. I can show you the example test. It gives the entire information and block allocated and access permissions and user and group owner id, timestamp, access modified, change the buttons. Just you can use the man state. It explains the depth about this. You can dive into this and analyze the bunch of the options. I have the one option like a state format. This displays the output of the file name and size and permissions and owner and group ownership. Group owner. The output might be look like this. The output test we have the files. I have to use the bunch of the options present in the, and the next we have the WC command. WC stands for the helps you analyze the files and counting the number of files, number of lines, words, or the characters like WC. So we have the test. WC test or txt. So explain everything. I want to only the line. How many lines of the present? We have to use the L option. Counted the lines and the W. So word counts. There's a 214 words at the present. In the bytes, the file contains 1620 bytes. The WC and without options, it's show everything words and it's lines, words, and bytes. This is one of the useful like when you are this is usually we can use this in the shell script. If the file is any changes, we can do something, or either we do something. And the du command shows the disk uses the files and directories, helping to identify the how much spaces each item consumes. Sorry, it's a clear less. The cd we have the back disk uses, we call as a disk uses, and then test each of the files and folders like 4, 8, 12, 16. These are the bytes. We can use the H option. So the home and readable. These contains 4 KB and 8 KB, 12 KB. Total the test folder contains 32 KB. And the B means bytes. It shows the bytes like showing in bytes, and K means KB, kilobytes. And M means MB. So less than 1 MB, all are the less than 1 MB. That's why it's showing the one. But we can't use them. Like most of the times we use the H option. Home and readable. Disk uses to identify how space each item consumed. And then next we have the file. Let's see test. And the next we have the file command. File command is used to identify the types of files based on its content, rather that's its name. This command can help you the distribution between the different file types such as MP4, video files and audio files, the text documents and more. When you run it, the file type in the terminal, like the test.txt, it shows it's a Unicode UTF-8 text. The bunch of the options, but we can't use them options, right? You can I can't expand this right now. I can't right now. You can also use the man and find the bunch of the information about this. You can easily try it out. And then you have the touch command. Touch command is mainly used to create the empty files or update the timestamps of an existence files. It is useful when you want to change the file, the last modified date, create new file. The most of the times we use this touch file to create any file. I have to create the testing.txt. It successfully created testing.txt. There is another option, like if there's a few options like a touch, which was created on I show you the example. The name.txt was created on the November 7th. I want to change this timestamp using the T option, T, and 2023 and 10 10 and 1200 txt and ls.l. It successfully updated the modified time to October 10th and 2023 at 12 o'clock. And the stat, I show you the stat .txt. You show the everything. It was changed and birth. Some this only the modified time using the ls command you can use them, but the stat is easily identified when it was created. The change in birth time. We can also this and modify time. I can modify this. You can also change in birth time also using the T option. You can try it yourself. And then ch1 is command is used to change the ownership of the files or directories. I require the super parallelization using the sudo ch1. Modify the ownership. This is useful the administration when you need to assign the files or the specify the users or the groups. Like I want to change the ch1 username like test. I think the test is not worked well in .txt. Invalid user, like I don't have the user. I need to create the user. It successfully changed the desert. You can see them successfully changed. You can also change the username and the group name also using the R option. These both are changes like user and group names. This command is specify the users or groups all the file subdirectories within especially directories. Just about the chgroup. Chgroup is command is used to change the owner group ownerships. Like I want to change there is not. You can also change using the ch1 the test change the group names. There is another option like chgroup, especially setting the files the directories permissions. Like want to read the execute the permissions in the Linux is the categorical 3 types. For example, chgroup is there one sorry tsr. Okay, we need to sudo parallelization successfully created. Let's stop l successfully created. This is most of the times we use remember the one thing, either ch1 use the or option, either ch group use the last times, one was enough. This is on the another option, ch group. And the chmod is one of the most useful command is chmod. Chmod is a command is essentially for the setting the files and directories permissions, control who can read, write or execute the permissions in the Linux. Like is a this name the testers, everyone read and write only the executors and the groups, the both will be read and write, and another one zeros. I want to change this chmod users others execute read write the name.txt. Successfully changed. Show the example. There's others only, others read write and execute, but group users, group and user only read and write. You can also using negative symbol, negative. This removes everything. There's three options, like you can use user or groups or a. It gives the all permissions to everyone, send the, all the everyone, so the everyone, like the few options, like it indicates the permission you can also represent with the numerical way. 600 600 owner read and write the permissions, no permission for the others, useful for the private files. So only the owners read and write. And the 644 owners can read and write, others can read only. And the 700 owners has a full access, no access for the others, ideal for the private directory. And then another one is 755 means owners can have full access, others can read and write, read and execute, but not write the files. We have the unmask. Next we have the unmask. Unmask is the command used to set the default permissions for the newly created files directories. The unmask determines the permissions will be restricted by the default. Once it's created in the unmask in the terminal, once the terminal is shut down or close the terminal, its unmask will be removed, and when you open the new terminal, the unmask will be the default ones. I show the example. So defaultly has 002. 002 means grant read and write permissions to the owners, and but only the read permissions for the others. Like I show the example. Touch test ls dot l, and this test file, it's a read and write read for the others, read and write the both users and groups, but only the write for the others. You can change them. I show you the example. Umask 0007. Let's check it once again. Umask is right now 007. I have to create a file touch. Umask 1. Umask 1. Read and write. Others nothing has the didn't have any permissions. That's umask only default set.